Here are Grandma's 31 surprisingly clever food hacks that you'll be delighted to discover. These ingenious tips and tricks have been carefully handed down through generations, providing practical solutions to the common challenges faced in the kitchen. From keeping your fresh produce crisp and vibrant for longer to amplifying the flavors in your beloved recipes, these transformative hacks will revolutionize the way you approach food preparation. Imagine opening your fridge to find your leafy greens still crisply fresh, despite having been stored for days. Or elevating the umami notes in your signature pasta sauce with a simple trick passed down from your grandmother's kitchen. These exceptional hacks harness the wisdom of the past to simplify your cooking experience and deliver exceptional results every time. Each of these 31 remarkable techniques has been meticulously refined and perfected over time, offering you a treasure trove of culinary knowledge at your fingertips. Prepare to be amazed as you discover how to prevent your herbs from wilting, keep your baked goods perfectly moist, and so much more. Unlock the secrets to streamlining your time in the kitchen and elevating your meals to new heights with Grandma's time-honored food hacks. 1. Grate cold butter into flour. Achieve flackier pastries and biscuits by incorporating grated cold butter into your dry ingredients. This method ensures the butter remains chilled and evenly distributed, creating the perfect layers and pockets of air that give your baked goods their light, flaky texture. Start with butter straight from the refrigerator or even the freezer to keep it as cold as possible. Freeze the butter for about 15 minutes, then use a box grater to shred it directly into the flour. The tiny slivers of butter will blend seamlessly with the flour without melting or becoming overworked. Gently toss the grated butter with the flour before mixing to fully incorporate it. This simple trick makes it easy to achieve a tender, flaky result, giving your pastries a professional touch that will impress your guests. 2. Toast spices in a pan. Enhance the full, vibrant flavor of your spices by toasting them in a dry pan before adding them to your dishes. As Grandma always said, heating the spices releases their essential oils, intensifying their aroma and taste. The process of toasting helps to unlock and amplify the natural aromatic flavors of the spices, elevating your dishes with a deeper, more complex depth of flavor. To begin, place the spices in a hot, dry pan and stir them constantly for a minute or two. Be vigilant, as you don't want to accidentally burn the spices, as that would result in a bitter, acrid taste. Instead, you're aiming for a gentle toasting, just until you can detect the fragrant blooming of the spices. This simple extra step may seem insignificant, but it can truly elevate the depth and complexity of your spice-infused dishes, making them more flavorful and delightful. 3. There's a clever trick to make grating fresh mozzarella cheese a breeze. Before you start, simply place the block of mozzarella in the freezer for around 30 minutes. This brief chilling period will firm up the cheese, transforming its soft, delicate texture into something more sturdy and easy to work with. Once the mozzarella has slightly hardened, you'll be able to glide the block across the grater, effortlessly creating fine, uniform shreds that will melt beautifully over pizzas, casseroles, or any dish that calls for an evenly distributed cheese layer. This handy trick is a true game changer, seamlessly turning a tedious task into a quick and painless one, while ensuring your final dish has the perfect cheese texture and coverage. Cooking can be a delightful and rewarding experience, and this clever technique offers a way to streamline the process while elevating the final results. By implementing this effortless hack, you'll be able to whip up mouth-watering dishes with greater efficiency, saving precious time and energy. The end products will not only tantalize your taste buds but also captivate the eye, making your culinary creations truly visually stunning. This innovative approach opens up a world of possibilities, empowering you to craft meals that are both scrumptious and visually appealing, elevating the entire dining experience. 4. Elevating potato salad with tangy pickle juice delight. After boiling and cubing your potatoes, mix them with your usual potato salad ingredients, such as creamy mayonnaise, zesty mustard, and aromatic fresh herbs. Then stir in a few tablespoons of the flavorful, briny pickle juice. The tangy, invigorating kick of the pickle juice adds a lively and balanced taste that brightens up the entire dish, elevating your classic potato salad to new heights. The amount of pickle juice you incorporate can be adjusted to suit your personal preference. The more you add, the more pronounced the zesty, zinging flavor will be. This unexpected ingredient transforms your potato salad, infusing it with a lively and vibrant personality that will have your guests eagerly reaching for seconds. 5. Crunchy cornflake coating for irresistible textures. For a wonderfully crispy and crunchy coating on your baked or fried dishes, try using crushed cornflakes instead of traditional breadcrumbs. The cornflakes provide a satisfying, unique texture and flavor that sets your culinary creations apart. To achieve this delightful effect, simply crush a handful of cornflakes, either by hand or in a food processor, until they reach a coarse breadcrumb-like consistency. The resulting cornflake coating adds a delightful crunch and a delectable, savory sweet taste that elevates your dishes to new levels of deliciousness. The crushed cornflakes created a delightfully crisp and golden shell when baked or fried, enveloping the tender and juicy interior of the dish. This ingenious technique allowed you to enjoy all the satisfying crunch you crave, without the heaviness of traditional breading. 6. Ginger, with its distinctive and vibrant flavor, is a versatile ingredient that can elevate both savory and sweet dishes. However, grating fresh ginger can be a challenging task due to its fibrous texture. To make this process effortless, try freezing the ginger first. By placing the ginger root in the freezer for a couple of hours, it will harden, allowing you to grate it smoothly and evenly. This clever trick not only makes grating a breeze, but also helps preserve the ginger's potent aroma and flavor, reducing waste and ensuring you always have fresh-tasting ginger on hand for your culinary creations. 7. Covering the lasagna with foil is a simple yet effective technique that helps retain the dish's moisture and prevent the top layer from drying out during baking. This step ensures that your lasagna emerges from the oven piping hot, with each layer perfectly cooked and brimming with flavor. The aroma of bubbling tomato sauce and melted cheese wafts through the kitchen as the lasagna bakes in the oven. The secret to achieving the perfect baked lasagna lies in the simple step of covering it with a layer of foil. The foil acts as a protective barrier, trapping the steam inside and allowing the layers of pasta, sauce, and cheese to cook evenly. As the lasagna bakes, the foil ensures that the moisture is retained, preventing the top from drying out or becoming overly browned. The steam circulating within the foil-covered dish softens the noodles, allowing them to absorb the rich flavors of the sauce and create a harmonious blend of textures. About 15 minutes before the lasagna is done, the foil is removed, allowing the top layer of cheese to melt and develop a golden, bubbly crust. This final step results in a lasagna that is moist, tender, and bursting with authentic, homemade flavor, just like the kind Grandma used to make with love. The foil technique ensures that every bite is a delightful combination of velvety pasta, savory sauce, and gooey, melted cheese, creating a comforting and satisfying dish that is sure to delight the senses. 8. Soaking sliced or chopped onions in cold water can significantly mellow out their notoriously sharp and pungent flavor. The strong, sometimes overwhelming taste of raw onions is due to the sulfur compounds they contain. By immersing the onions in cold water, this process helps to draw out and reduce these sulfurous elements, transforming the onions into a much sweeter and more palatable ingredient. For those who are not fans of the intense sharpness that raw onions can impart, this simple soaking technique is a true game changer. Simply place the freshly prepared onion pieces into a bowl of cold water and let them soak for about 10 to 15 minutes. During this time, the water will absorb the potent sulfur compounds, leaving the onions with a much milder and more pleasant flavor. Once the soaking is complete, simply drain the onions and pat them dry before adding them to your desired dish, such as salads, sandwiches, salsas, or any other recipe that calls for raw onions. The result is a seamless integration of onion flavor without the overpowering punch that can sometimes be off-putting. This easy and effective method is a game changer, transforming raw onions into a much more enjoyable and versatile ingredient for your culinary creations. 9. Elevating the humble popcorn, a gourmet delight. Imagine indulging in a snack that transforms the classic popcorn into a sophisticated culinary experience. By sprinkling freshly grated Parmesan cheese over your freshly popped kernels, you can elevate this beloved treat to new heights. The salty, umami-rich flavor of the Parmesan cheese adds a delectable gourmet touch, turning a simple snack into a truly indulgent and satisfying delight. The nutty, savory notes of the Parmesan cheese effortlessly blend with the light and airy texture of the popcorn, creating a harmonious balance of flavors that dance on your tongue. Each bite is a symphony of complementary tastes, transporting you to a realm of gourmet indulgence. Whether you're cozying up for a movie night at home or hosting a gathering with friends and family, this Parmesan-topped popcorn is sure to captivate your guests. The preparation is a breeze. Simply pop your corn using your preferred method, and while the popcorn is still warm, generously grate the fresh Parmesan cheese over the top. Toss the popcorn gently to ensure even coverage, and consider adding a sprinkle of freshly ground black pepper or a pinch of garlic powder to further enhance the flavor profile. 10. For moist and flavorful fish, spread a thin, even layer of creamy mayonnaise over the surface before cooking. The mayonnaise acts as a protective barrier, sealing in the natural juices and preventing the delicate fish from drying out or overcooking. As the fish cooks, the mayonnaise melts into the flesh, infusing it with a subtle, velvety richness that perfectly complements the fish's inherent flavors. This simple yet ingenious technique, favored by seasoned chefs and home cooks alike, ensures your fish emerges from the oven or grill perfectly tender and juicy with a beautiful golden brown crust. The mayonnaise helps to baste the fish, keeping it moist and succulent, even for leaner varieties that can easily become dry and stringy. Experience the difference this culinary secret can make and enjoy perfectly cooked fish every time. The golden brown hue of the perfectly cooked fish creates a visually appealing and satisfying texture, enticing the senses before the first bite. This technique works particularly well with lean, delicate fish varieties like tilapia, cod, or flounder, which can easily become dry and tough if not handled with the utmost care. The application of a light coating of mayonnaise ensures these delicate fish fillets remain moist, tender, and bursting with flavor, even when subjected to high-heat cooking methods like baking or grilling. It's crucial to use just the right amount of mayonnaise, just enough to lightly cover the surface of the fish, preventing it from becoming overpowering or creating an undesirable oily mouthfeel. Once the fish is lightly coated, season it with a sprinkle of salt, pepper, or your choice of aromatic spices to complement the natural flavors. 11. For a truly indulgent and rich take on potatoes, Grandma prepares them in a decadent bath of heavy cream instead of the typical water, would say. As the potatoes gently bake in the velvety cream, they become infused with a luxurious texture and deep, satisfying flavor, making them the perfect accompaniment for dishes like sumptuous gratins or creamy mashed potatoes. Simply slice or cube the potatoes and submerge them in the heavy cream, allowing the cream to thicken and envelop the starchy spuds as they cook until tender and perfectly cooked through. Potatoes transformed into a decadent delight. This generation's old technique takes humble spuds and elevates them to a new level of indulgence. The creamy, rich texture and deep, enveloping flavors of the heavy cream work their magic, coating each slice or cube in a luscious, velvety sauce. As the potatoes bake, the cream thickens, creating a sauce that bursts with flavor in every bite. This method is particularly well suited for dishes like gratins, where the potatoes are layered with a symphony of cheese, fragrant herbs, and other flavorful ingredients. The heavy cream works its wonders, imparting a luxurious creaminess and richness that cannot be achieved with milk or broth alone. The potatoes eagerly soak up the cream's decadence, resulting in a silky smooth, intensely flavored mash that is perfect for serving alongside succulent roasted meats or as a comforting standalone dish. To prepare the potatoes in this manner, simply peel, slice, or cube the potatoes and arrange them in a baking dish. Then, pour in enough heavy cream to just cover the potatoes, ensuring they are fully submerged, ready to be transformed into a truly indulgent and irresistible side dish. The potatoes cooked in heavy cream have a rich and creamy texture that melts in your mouth. The velvety smooth consistency envelops the tender potato chunks, creating a truly indulgent dining experience. Each bite is a delightful symphony of flavors, with the natural sweetness of the potatoes complemented by the luxurious creaminess of the heavy cream. The result is a dish that is sure to impress your guests, leaving them in awe of your exceptional culinary skills. Whether served as a side to a main course or as the centerpiece of the meal, these potatoes are a surefire hit that will have your family and friends eagerly anticipating the next time you prepare this divine dish. 12. Grease pans with sugar, a sweet secret to elevate your baked goods. Instead of relying on butter or oil to grease your baking pans, try sprinkling a generous coating of sugar instead. As your cakes, cookies, or other desserts bake, the sugar will caramelize, creating a delectable, crunchy crust that adds an extra layer of flavor and texture. Grandma swore by this ingenious trick, which she learned from her own mother. The caramelized sugar not only helps the baked goods release effortlessly from the pan, but it also imparts a stunning golden brown hue and an irresistible crunch that takes the final product to new heights of deliciousness. Grandma always insisted that this simple swap was the secret behind the unparalleled flavor and texture of her beloved treats, from mouth-watering coffee cakes to irresistible pies. 13. Use aquafaba for egg. Unlock the versatile power of aquafaba. Aquafaba, the flavorless liquid found in cans of chickpeas, can be used as a remarkable egg substitute in a wide range of recipes. Determined to accommodate her family members' dairy allergy, she experimented tirelessly to find a suitable replacement for the traditional meringue cookies. To her delight, she discovered that the thick, viscous liquid from canned chickpeas, known as aquafaba, could be whipped into a light and airy meringue, virtually indistinguishable from the original. Embracing this remarkable discovery, she began incorporating aquafaba into a wide array of baked goods, from cakes and cookies to even vegan mayonnaise and egg salad. The versatility of this plant-based alternative amazed her, as it seamlessly blended into her recipes, providing a cost-effective and dairy-free solution. Eager to share her culinary revelation, she encouraged others to keep a can of chickpeas on hand, just as she did, to harness the untapped potential of aquafaba in their own kitchens. With this simple trick, home cooks could now explore new realms of dairy-free baking, unlocking a world of culinary possibilities. 14. Just a small spoonful of rich, savory soy sauce can elevate your chocolate creations to new heights, adding a depth of flavor that is both sophisticated and truly unforgettable. The key is to use only a touch, starting with as little as half a teaspoon per recipe. Too much soy sauce can easily overwhelm the delicate chocolate, so it's crucial to strike the perfect balance. But when you get it just right, this unexpected pairing becomes a true game changer, transforming your chocolatey desserts into something truly special. Your dinner guests or family members will be left wondering what incredible secret ingredient you've used, as the soy sauce infuses the chocolate with a rich, savory complexity that takes the flavors to an entirely new level. The depth and nuance it brings is absolutely mesmerizing, elevating your creations from good to utterly unforgettable. It's an unconventional twist that will leave everyone asking for the recipe, eager to recreate the magical harmony of flavors in their own kitchens. 15. Silica packets. Freshly baked pastries deserve to be enjoyed at their absolute best, and with the help of a simple yet ingenious trick, you can keep those delectable creations crisp and delightful for days. The secret lies in the unassuming silica gel packets, often found nestled in the packaging of various items, from shoes to electronics and even snacks. These tiny packets possess an extraordinary ability to absorb moisture, making them the perfect ally in your quest to prevent the dreaded sogginess and staleness that can plague your pastries. By placing one of these packets in an airtight container alongside your freshly baked treats, you create a controlled environment that locks in the perfect texture and crispness. Imagine biting into a warm, flaky croissant or a decadent eclair days after it emerged from the oven and finding it just as fresh and delightful as the moment it was made. The silica gel acts like a sponge, effortlessly drawing in any excess moisture, ensuring your pastries maintain their irresistible appeal for an extended period. It's a simple yet remarkably effective method to extend the life of your baked goods and savor them at their absolute peak. Just be mindful to use an intact silica packet, as a damaged or torn one won't be able to perform its moisture-absorbing magic as effectively. 16. Enhance your bolognese with the savory punch of anchovies. For those who love the rich, comforting flavors of a classic bolognese sauce, there's a simple trick to take your dish to new heights: the addition of a few anchovy fillets. These tiny, umami-packed morsels can infuse your bolognese with a deeper, more complex flavor profile that will leave your taste buds utterly captivated. Imagine the satisfying blend of tangy tomatoes, hearty ground meat, and the subtle yet persistent savory notes from the anchovies. As the sauce simmers and the flavors meld together, the anchovies will dissolve seamlessly, adding a depth of flavor that will elevate your bolognese to new levels of deliciousness. The key is to use just a few anchovy fillets, as a little goes a long way in transforming your sauce. The anchovies won't overpower the other ingredients. Instead, they'll lend a nuanced, umami-rich complexity that will have your family and guests raving about your culinary prowess. 17. For an unbelievably flaky and tender pie crust, try incorporating a secret ingredient: vodka. When preparing your pie dough, simply substitute half of the water with an equal amount of smooth, clear vodka. The vodka helps to gently moisten the dough without activating the gluten, which can lead to a tough and chewy texture. As you roll and shape the dough, it will transform into a delicate, crisp shell that will cradle your filling with utmost care. This simple swap produces a pie crust that is truly a marvel of texture and flakiness, sure to delight all who indulge. Your guests will be delighted by the buttery, flaky perfection of a pie crust infused with the subtle sophistication of vodka. This clever trick works especially well for single crust pies, allowing the star of the show, the crust, to truly shine. But don't limit this technique to open-faced pies. It can also be applied to double-crusted varieties, resulting in an extra layer of mouth-watering flakiness that will have your diners raving. Prepare to witness the magic as you roll out the dough, its delicate texture imbued with the refined essence of vodka. With each bite, your guests will savor the buttery layers that practically melt on the tongue, delivering an unforgettable taste experience. 18. Harness the power of baking soda to dramatically transform the humble onion into a caramelized delight. So, adding a pinch of this humble pantry staple, you can speed up the breakdown of the onions, helping them develop a deeper, richer flavor profile in a fraction of the usual time. As the onions sizzle in the pan, the baking soda elevates the pH, enabling the sugars to caramelize more quickly. Watch as the onion slices transform from pale and pungent to a glossy golden brown, their sweetness intensifying and their aroma becoming utterly irresistible. This clever kitchen hack is a game changer, allowing you to achieve beautifully caramelized onions on record time, perfect for adding unparalleled depth of flavor to your favorite dishes. 19. For a moist and tender cake that will delight the senses, look no further than the power of shredded zucchini. Gently folding this vibrant green vegetable into the batter infuses the cake with a remarkable level of moisture and a delicate, almost creamy texture. Each forkful will be a delightful surprise, with the zucchini providing a delicate, barely there tone that complements the other flavors seamlessly. Prepare to witness your guests' faces light up with joy as they savor the lush, velvety crumb of this ingenious dessert. Incorporating freshly grated zucchini into your cake batter can create a wonderfully soft and decadent texture without overpowering the primary flavors. Simply gather a cup or two of vibrant, fresh zucchini and gently fold it into your cake mixture before baking. The zucchini blends harmoniously with the other ingredients, adding an extra layer of moisture and a subtle nutritional boost from the fiber and vitamins it contains. This clever technique works particularly well in rich chocolate or warm spice cakes, where the mild flavor of the zucchini complements the more robust flavors beautifully. The zucchini's delicate essence melts seamlessly into the batter, resulting in a soft, indulgent texture that delights the senses. This simple trick is a wonderful way to incorporate more wholesome goodness into your baked treats without compromise. 20. Crack open the eggs and crack open your taste buds, because adding a dollop of creamy, rich mayonnaise to your scrambled eggs is about to take this humble breakfast staple to new heights of deliciousness. The secret to Grandma's legendary scrambled eggs was the magical ingredient she would gently fold into the beaten eggs before cooking, a spoonful of that thick, velvety mayo. As the eggs hit the hot pan, the fat in the mayonnaise works its culinary sorcery, transforming the texture into something truly special. The eggs become light and fluffy, with an irresistibly silky smooth consistency that practically melts on your tongue. The mayo also helps to prevent the eggs from overcooking and drying out, ensuring each morsel remains tender and bursting with flavor. At first, some may have been skeptical of Grandma's mayo-enhanced eggs, but one heavenly forkful was all it took to convert the non-believers. The mayonnaise doesn't just enrich the eggs, it elevates them to a whole new level of scrumptious. The result is a plate of scrambled perfection with a luxuriously creamy texture and a depth of flavor that will have you dreaming about Grandma's signature dish long after the last bite is the largest. So the next time you're whipping up a batch of scrambled eggs, don't be afraid to heed Grandma's sage advice and give them a mayo makeover. Your taste buds will thank you with every indulgent, melt-in-your-mouth mouthful. 21. The gentle aroma of fragrant coconut milk permeates the air as the grains of rice simmer away, slowly absorbing the rich, creamy liquid. As the rice cooks, the coconut milk infuses each grain with a delicate, natural sweetness, transforming the once plain rice into a luxuriously textured and flavorful base. The result is a velvety, aromatic rice that showcases a delightful coconut essence in every bite. This simple swap from water to coconut milk elevates the humble rice into a remarkably versatile component of any meal. Whether served alongside vibrant tropical curries, fragrant stir-fries, or as a standalone accompaniment, the coconut-infused rice lends an extra layer of richness and fragrance that seamlessly complements a wide range of cuisines. The creamy, coconut-kissed rice provides a delectable foil to the bold flavors of the dishes it accompanies, creating a harmonious and satisfying dining experience. Its subtle sweetness and luscious mouthfeel make it a fantastic foundation for a variety of culinary creations, transforming a basic pantry staple into a deliciously elevated element of the meal. 22. Using mayonnaise instead of eggs as a breading base can truly transform your cooking. The creamy, rich texture of the mayo helps the breadcrumbs cling to the food's surface, creating an exceptionally crisp and flavorful coating. The mayo acts as a magical binder, seamlessly adhering the breadcrumbs to your protein or vegetables. With a thin, even layer of the mayo, the breadcrumbs will form a perfectly golden brown crust when cooked, whether you choose to fry, bake, or air fry the breaded items. Not only does the mayo help the breading stick, but it also infuses your dish with a wonderfully indulgent, creamy flavor. The interior remains moist and tender, while the exterior achieves a satisfying crunch that will delight your taste buds. This simple yet ingenious technique works beautifully with chicken, fish, and even vegetables, transforming everyday ingredients into truly mouth-watering, restaurant-worthy meals. Bid farewell to dry, lackluster breaded dishes and embrace the magic of mayo-based breading for a truly game-changing culinary experience. 23. Mustard-infused mac and cheese. Prepare to take your mac and cheese to new heights with the Tangy addition of mustard. The creamy, indulgent cheese sauce is perfectly complemented by the sharp, acidic notes of this unexpected ingredient. As you cook your mac and cheese according to your usual method, set aside a spoonful or two of either bold Dijon or zesty yellow mustard. Once the cheese has melted into a velvety smooth consistency, stir in the mustard. Watch as the punchy flavor swirls through the rich, luscious sauce, transforming the classic comfort food into something truly crave-worthy. The mustard's acidic properties work to cut through the inherent decadence of the cheese, adding a delightful depth of flavor and a subtle, tantalizing sharpness. The result is a mac and cheese dish that is perfectly balanced, with the mustard acting as the ideal counterpoint to the indulgent dairy. No longer a simple one-note meal, this upgraded version tantalizes the taste buds with its harmonious blend of creamy and tangy. The mustard elevates the familiar dish, lending a sophisticated twist that is sure to surprise and delight. So the next time the craving for mac and cheese strikes, don't hesitate to reach for the mustard. With just a few stirs, you can transform this classic comfort food into something truly crave-worthy and unforgettable. 24. Imagine the aroma of freshly baked banana bread wafting through your kitchen, infused with the zesty essence of orange. The moist, golden-hued loaf beckons, its surface dotted with tiny air pockets that promise a tender, springy crumb. As you slice into it, the knife glides effortlessly, revealing the bread's delicate balance of flavors. The natural sweetness of the ripe bananas is complemented by the addition of fresh orange juice, which adds a bright, tangy note that dances on the tongue. Each bite is a harmonious blend of flavors, with the citrusy tang of the orange perfectly complementing the rich, comforting taste of the banana. The orange juice not only enhances the overall flavor profile, but also helps to maintain the bread's moisture, ensuring that every slice is moist, tender, and utterly delightful. This simple yet ingenious twist on a classic banana bread recipe transforms the baked good into a truly special and unforgettable treat. The interplay of the banana and orange creates a unique and captivating flavor that will have your taste buds craving for more. Whether enjoyed as a decadent breakfast, a midday snack, or a satisfying dessert, this orange-infused banana bread is sure to delight and surprise everyone who indulges in its delicious goodness. 25. To achieve delightfully light and fluffy mashed potatoes, the secret lies in the preparation. Start by adding a pinch of baking soda to the water as you bring it to a boil before cooking the potatoes. This small addition works wonders, raising the pH level of the water and helping to break down the potato starches more efficiently. As the potatoes simmer, the baking soda gently softens the cell walls, making the potatoes tender all the way through. This increased tenderness allows the potatoes to absorb more liquid, resulting in a creamier, more luscious texture. No more frustrating lumps or gluey consistency. The baking soda works its magic, transforming the potatoes into a smooth, fluffy delight. The end result is a bowl of mashed potatoes that are light, airy, and utterly irresistible. The baking soda trick takes the humble spud and elevates it to new heights of deliciousness. Try this simple yet effective technique the next time you're craving perfectly fluffy mashed potatoes, and prepare to be amazed by the difference it can make. 26. After handling spicy jalapeno peppers, it's crucial to take a few extra precautions to prevent the unpleasant burning sensation caused by the pepper's oils on your skin. First, rub a small amount of cooking oil, such as fragrant olive oil or robust vegetable oil, all over your hands. The oil helps dissolve the capsaicin, the compound responsible for the intense heat in jalapenos, making it much easier to wash away. With your hands coated in the protective oil, proceed to thoroughly scrub them with plenty of soap and warm water. The combination of the oil and thorough scrubbing ensures that every trace of the stubborn jalapeno oils is removed from your skin. This simple yet effective routine can save you from the lingering, uncomfortable burning sensation that jalapenos can leave behind if not properly addressed. It's highly recommended to adopt this hand-cleansing ritual anytime you're working with spicy peppers, such as when meticulously dicing them for a zesty salsa or skillfully incorporating them into a flavorful stir-fry. Taking these few extra moments can spare you from hours of irritation and discomfort. Your culinary creations are like a symphony of flavors, a harmonious dance of ingredients that captivates the senses. Each dish you prepare is a masterpiece, a work of art that tantalizes the palate and leaves a lasting impression. From the moment you begin to assemble the components, the kitchen comes alive with the sizzle of sautéing vegetables, the fragrant aroma of freshly chopped herbs, and the satisfying sizzle of meat hitting a hot pan. 27. The magic of baking powder achieving that mouth-watering, golden brown crispiness on chicken skin can be an elusive culinary challenge, but fear not. There's a simple trick that can transform your poultry into a true showstopper. By sprinkling a light dusting of baking powder over the skin before cooking, you can unleash a remarkable transformation. Imagine the sizzle as the chicken hits the hot oven or grill, the baking powder instantly reacting with the natural proteins and sugars in the skin. As the heat works its magic, the skin begins to brown and blister, developing a delightfully crisp and crunchy texture that crackles with every bite. The baking powder acts as a secret agent, working behind the scenes to create a captivating caramelized crust that seals in the juicy, flavorful meat beneath. This technique works particularly well on bone-in, skin-on chicken parts, such as juicy drumsticks, succulent thighs, and whole, majestic birds. As the chicken roasts or grills to perfection, the skin transforms into a shimmering, golden brown masterpiece that will have your family and friends singing your praises. Prepare to be the star of the dinner table, serving up chicken dishes that are not only mouth-wateringly delicious but also visually stunning. 28. The aromatic aroma of caramelized onions fills the air as you slowly simmer a classic French onion soup on the stovetop. The golden brown onions have been carefully cooked down over low heat, their natural sugars gradually concentrate. Yet, while the onions provide the foundation for this comforting dish, the flavor can sometimes feel a bit one-dimensional, lacking that extra oomph to truly captivate the senses. This is where a simple addition can make all the difference: a splash of rich, umami-packed fish sauce. Derived from the fermentation of anchovies, salt, and assorted seasonings, fish sauce is a savory condiment that elevates the soup's depth of flavor without imparting any overt fishiness. So stir a teaspoon or two of the amber-hued liquid into the simmering broth. You'll witness an incredible transformation. The fish sauce seamlessly melds with the other ingredients, enhancing the robust, satisfying taste of the caramelized onions. It's as if the soup has been infused with an extra layer of complexity, the umami notes dancing in perfect harmony with the inherent sweetness. Each spoonful becomes a delightful balance of flavors, the savory depth complementing the natural sugars of the onions in a way that simply captivates the palate. 29. To ensure your burgers are always juicy, flavorful, and perfectly cooked, try adding a single ice cube to each patty before grilling. As the ice cube melts during the cooking process, it helps to trap moisture within the meat, preventing it from drying out or becoming dense. This simple trick helps the patties stay tender and succulent throughout, with a wonderfully seared exterior and a moist, flavor-packed interior. The ice cube doesn't alter the taste of the burger, but rather acts as a built-in basting system, keeping the meat moist and delectable. As the heat from the grill or pan surrounds the patty, the ice cube begins to gradually transform, releasing a steady stream of moisture that is eagerly absorbed by the burger. This creates a delightful symphony of flavors and textures, with each bite offering a juicy, irresistible experience. Whether you're cooking burgers on the grill, in a skillet, or under the broiler, this handy hack will help you achieve restaurant-quality results every time. The melting ice cube ensures your patties stay tender, juicy, and bursting with flavor, with a perfectly seared crust that seals in all the delicious natural juices. Your guests will be amazed by the moist, succulent burgers you're able to serve up, thanks to this simple but effective technique. The savory aroma wafts through the air, tantalizing your senses and igniting your appetite. As you take that first bite, a symphony of flavors explodes on your tongue. The tender meat melts in your mouth, its juices bursting with a delectable blend of spices that tantalize your taste buds. 30. Elevate your mashed potatoes to a luxurious delight by stirring in luscious egg yolks. The creamy, emulsifying properties of the yolks seamlessly blend with the mashed potatoes, creating a velvety, melt-in-your-mouth texture that is truly irresistible. The subtle, custard-like flavor of the egg yolks perfectly complements the natural starchiness of the potatoes, elevating the dish to a new level of indulgence. This simple yet transformative step takes your classic mashed potatoes and turns them into a decadent and satisfying side that will leave your taste buds craving more. 31. Elevating grits with baking soda. Grits, a beloved southern staple, can sometimes prove challenging, turning out grainy or dense in texture.